Dear students, welcome to the lecturing session on pressure measurement. It is under module 4. Okay, it is the continuation part of the previous one. So already I have discussed in module 3, module 4, 3 part I have completed. Now this is the fourth one. Okay, part 4. Okay, let us overview on the syllabus. Okay, so here this is the syllabus under pressure measurement. Okay, let us once I will overview the pressure measurement. Under that, first I am going to discuss the definition of pressure, units for pressure and pressure measuring instruments, electrical pressure transducers, measurement of high pressure, measurement of low pressure, calibration of pressure measuring equipment. Okay, this is the syllabus. So under this, today I am going to cover the following related information about pressure measurement. Okay, first one is the definition of pressure. Okay, so next one is units for pressure and pressure measuring equipments. Finally, the electrical pressure transducer. Okay, so here the sequence of presentation is I list out it here. In this syllabus only it is mentioned that electrical pressure transducer. So here I elaborated the content. Okay, the sequence of presentation is first I am going to define the pressure. After that, the electrical pressure transducers. Under that, the following, namely, first one is resistance type pressure transducer, pressure voltage type. Third one is inductive type. Fourth one is capacitive. Fifth, carbon pile type. Sixth one is piezoelectric. Seventh one is photoelectric. Eighth one is electromagnetic type. Okay, so under first one is resistance type. There are again classified as strain gauge and moving quantities. Okay. Today I am going to cover all this the pressure transducers. Okay, here the definition of pressures. The question is also asked in previous question paper. Atmospheric pressure, gauge pressure, absolute pressure, static pressure or total pressure with the help of schematic diagram. Okay, so the definition let us will discuss here. Pressure is defined as the force per unit area. Okay, so pressure are exerted by gases, vapors and liquids. Okay. So here the instruments that we generally use, however, record pressure as the difference between the two pressures. Okay, thus it is the difference between the pressure exerted by a fluid of interest and the ambient atmospheric pressure. Okay, the difference between the pressure exerted by a fluid and the ambient atmospheric pressure. Okay, so such devices indicate the pressure either above or below that of atmosphere. Okay, let us define here what is atmospheric pressure. Okay, atmospheric pressure is nothing but the pressure exerted by the weight of the atmosphere. Okay, in general. So here the normal pressure upon all surfaces with which it is in contact. I repeat here, the atmospheric pressure is air exerts a normal pressure upon all surface with which it is in contact. Okay, so next one is gauge pressure. Gauge pressure is nothing but it is the pressure measured with the help of pressure measuring instrument in which atmospheric pressure is taken as a datum. It's nothing but it will be taken as a reference with this. So here the figure also is shown here, atmospheric pressure and gauge pressure. Okay, gauges record the pressure above or below the local atmospheric pressure, since they measure the difference in pressure of the liquid to which they are connected and that of surrounding air. Okay, so here next one is vacuum gauge pressure. Okay, vacuum gauge pressure is nothing but what, it is below the atmospheric pressure. Okay, in general we speak it is a negative gauge pressure or vacuum gauge pressure. Okay, it's what, it is the below the atmospheric pressure. absolute pressure. Okay, absolute pressure is, it is necessary to establish the absolute pressure scale which is independent of the change in atmospheric pressure. Okay, a pressure absolute zero can exist only in complete vacuum. I repeat here, it will be exist only in complete vacuum. So if you are looking to the this, any pressure measured above the absolute zero of pressure is termed as absolute pressure. Okay, I repeat here, the pressure measured above the absolute zero of pressure is termed as absolute pressure. So this is the relationship between the pressures, already I have discussed. Okay, absolute pressure. Okay, then next one is negative gauge pressure or vacuum. Next above is positive gauge pressure. So we can broadly we can say here that the below the atmospheric pressure, negative gauge pressure or vacuum. Okay, and this below it will be gives a absolute pressure, and the above the atmospheric pressure it gives positive gauge pressure. Okay, this is the conclusion about the pressures. Next one is the units for pressure. Okay, briefly I will bore you on this also. Here the units, usually the fundamental SI unit pressure is Newton per square meter. I repeat here, Newton per square meter is the unit of pressure. This is also known as Pascal. Okay, it is represented as capital P and small a. Okay. So low pressures are often expressed in terms of mm of water. I repeat here, the general SI unit for the pressure is Newton per meter square. Okay, and also it is known as Pascal. Now the low pressures are often expressed in terms of mm of water or mm of mercury, we can say. Okay, so I repeat here, low pressures will be represented, I mean expressed in terms of mm of water or mm of mercury. This is an abbreviated way of the saying that the pressure in such that will support a liquid column of stated height. Okay, so here the standard atmospheric pressure has the following equivalent values. Equivalent values are given here. Okay, 1 bar is equal to 100 K Pascal is nothing but 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square. Next one is the pressure measuring equipment. Pressure measuring equipments. So here the pressure measuring instruments can be categorized as the measuring of low pressures, okay, and high pressure and ultra high vacuum. So basis of this it is categorized. Okay, so here it will be given below 1 mm of Hg manometer and low pressure gauges. Okay, between 1 mm of Hg to 1000 atmosphere, so burden to diaphragm. So here the depending upon the how much the pressure is there, the below is there, whether it is below or high or ultra high. Okay, high pressure. Okay, so depending upon this it is the instruments are classified. Okay, this is the summary of applicable range of pressure gauges. It will be given in terms of graphic represented. Okay, now the electrical pressure transducer. Okay, now I am going to discuss here the electrical pressure transducers. Okay. A transducer is a device for converting a signal of one sort into the other type. In other words, a pressure gauge is a transducer. Pressure gauge is a transducer for converting the distortion of a burden spring into an indication through use of a calibrated dial and so on. So the pressure it will be sensed by the burden spring or bellows they will use. The pressure it will be applied when it will be the change in the things it will be taken into consideration, and the indication is calibrated on dial. Okay, so here this is the pressure transducer, how they are utilizing here to sense the pressure. Okay, some here various transformation which needed to convert pressure to some sort of usable electrical signal. So here how they are getting the information, by the change of resistance of any elastic material such as wire, the change in the capacitance, the conversion of changing pressure into the electrical voltage signal. Okay, so these information it will be taken into account with respect to the what pressure is how much pressure is applied. Sorry, not what it will be, how much pressure is applied. It will be proportional to converted to in the calibrated scale. Okay, for an example, some pressure is applied. Due to this, there will be a change in the capacitance or change in the resistance. It will be occurs. That it will be taken into consideration, and we will come to know that how much pressure is applied and how much change in resistance it will be occurred. Okay, so with help of this change in resistance, that is nothing but proportional to the pressure applied. Okay. And next here, some voltage by moment of coil, generation of voltage or current through the use of photoelectric effect, torque balance system. These are the number of ways we are getting here, getting the information about the pressure. Okay, so let us begin with this all. I'm going to discuss briefly 1 to 8. Okay, first one is resistance type. Under that, strain gauge and moving contact. Okay, so this is the figure shows the strain gauge. It consists lead wires, ceramic or paper backing, and grid wire. Okay, so here it is consists of a fine wire in the form of a grid. When the grid is distorted, the resistance R of the wire changes accordingly. The formula R is equal to, we know, the rho L by A. Okay, so R in here it is given K. Okay, R is equal to K, a constant of the particular kind of wire. L is the length of wire, A is the cross section of area. As the strain gauge is distorted by the elastic deformation element, its length is increased and its cross section area is reduced. When the pressure is applied, what it will be happens, its length is increased and the cross section area is reduced. Both of these changes is increases the resistance. So hence that resistance it will be taken into account to say that how much pressure is applied. Okay, so here is detect is very small moment and very small pressure changes can be obtained. Next one is the moving contact type resistance transducer. Okay, so here bellows are used. Okay, if you are looking to this circuit, sorry, the figure, what it is there, bellows they are used when pressure is applied. Okay, so these are bellows are used here. When pressure is applied, the change in the resistance we will get here. The circuit has just shown here the sliding. Okay, slider is there. So due to this, what it will be happens when pressure it will be compressed and the slider it will be moves over a resistance, means it is a potential divider, so that will get the change in the resistance. That it will be taken into account to say that how much pressure is applied due to the how much change in resistance you are obtained. Okay, this is the moving contact type resistance transducer. Next one is pressure voltage type. So here also the change in the the pressure, when it will becomes the change in voltage we are observing. The how much voltage is there, it is proportional to the pressure. Okay, so here also the similarly the potential divider it will be used, but here the difference is voltage is taken into account. Okay, the third one is inductive type pressure measurement. Okay, so inductive type pressure transducers is consist of the three parts. One is coil, moving magnetic core, the elastic deformation element. The element is attached to the core. Okay, so as here the earlier also I had discussed in the LVDT, the same principle here also it will be. Okay, so when the pressure varies, the element causes the core to move within the coil. Okay, the core it will be moves when pressure is applied. What it will be happen, due to this an alternating current is passed through the coil, and as the core moves, the inductance of the coil changes. The current passes through the coil increases as inductance decreases. Okay, depending upon the current, the passing through the coil current, it will be sensed here. Okay, as the inductance decreases, current will be increases. Okay, so how much it will be increase the current, and we can come to know that it will be decrease in the inductance and proportional to the how much pressure it is applied. Okay, so next another one is linear voltage differential transducer. Earlier also I have discussed LVDT. Okay, so here what it is that there are two coils, they are used secondary, sorry, one. Okay, so here the AC input primary coil were given, and secondary has two coils output. Okay, the pressure when it will be applied, the bellows will be, the core it will be moves inside. Okay, so the voltage will be induced in the secondary side. So the how much voltage it will be increased, it will be proportional to the pressure applied. Okay, already I have discussed this LVDT, so that I will not go in much detail. Okay, fine. So fourth one is the capacitive type pressure transducer. Okay. So here what it is that first I will work on this figure, capacitive type pressure transducer. Here fluid pressure. Okay, so the fluid pressure, it will be moves in this direction. Okay, and these are the flexible plates. Okay, so it's nothing but what, two plates are separated by some insulating media. Okay, so the capacitive pressure transducer consists of two conductive plates and a dielectric. So this is the dielectric we can say, and these are two conducting plates. Okay, as the pressure increases, the plates moves further apart. Means it will be moves apart. These two will once again here clear. Okay, so this it will be moves apart when the pressure it will be increases. The pressure in this direction, what fluid it will move, that increases, what it will be happens, this it will be goes away. I mean apart, means it will be, the distance will be more, it will be as previous. Okay, so as the pressure increases, the plates moves further apart, changing the capacitance, which cause to the change the capacitance. The fluid whose pressure is being measured serves as the dielectric. Okay, so this is the capacitive type pressure transducer. So fifth one is carbon pile pressure transducer. Okay, this is the figure, carbon pile pressure transducer. Carbon pile particles are plates, they are used here, and flexible lead. Pressure resistance increases or decreases with pressure change. So here the resistance, this resistance it will be taken into consideration. Okay, the resistance value of this is increasing or decreasing with respect to the pressure. So a carbon pile pressure transducer, it translates the pressure change to resistance change. Okay, as pressure changes, the resistance will be changes. As pressure changes reduce the volume of the carbon pile, the resistance decreases. Okay, as the pressure change reduces the volume of the carbon pile, the resistance decreases. Okay, that it will be taken into account consideration, the what pressure is applied here. Okay. Okay. Sixth one is piezoelectric pressure transducer. Okay, this is also I have discussed in the module 1. Okay, piezoelectric pressure transducer. As pressure is applied to a crystals, to certain materials of difference voltage across particular points of their structure occurs. Okay, so when we are applying the pressure, that time what it will be happens, a small EMF, the small voltage it will be generated when it will be pressure it is applied. That it will be taken into consideration to how much voltage will be developed and what pressure is there. Okay, it will be incorporated with the pressure and voltage. Okay, here is this is the figure. Pressure is there, crystal, sling, lead wires, amplifiers, because the voltage what it will be developed, it will be a small one, hence the amplification is required. Okay, next one is the seventh one is photoelectric pressure transducer. So this is the figure. Okay, so it uses a photo tube and a light source separated by a small window, okay, whose aperture is controlled by the force summing member of the pressure transducer. Okay, the photoelectric transducer uses photo tube and light source separated by small window, as I told here. Small window it is. Just a moment. Okay, see now light source is used here. Okay, so this is the summing member, force summing member. Okay, the how much force it will be changed. Force summing member is nothing but it is the material which it will be changes with respect to force. Okay, that depends upon the how much force is applied. Okay, so here, okay, so now who is the displacement of the force summing device modulates the quantity of incident light falling on the photo tube. So the how much it will be falling on through this window, small window as it is mentioned. Okay, so the displacement of the force summing device modulates the quantity of incident light falling on the tube, photo tube. Okay, applied pressure or force changes the position of the force summing device, which in turn changes the position of the window, thus causing the change in incident light. So this principle is used here, and it will be says that how much pressure is there. Okay, last one is the electromagnetic pressure transducer. Okay, so electromagnetic pressure transducer is nothing but here the electromagnets to establishing the force used to for measuring the force applied, which is obtained by pressure bellows. So some figure is not given here, some bellows are there, so we can say that due to that the pressure it will be change in pressure we are observed, and that it will be changes the force is used for measuring the force, means the electromagnets to establish the forces. I repeat here, electromagnets establish the forces used for measuring the force applied to which it is obtained. Okay, so here this is the basic principle is used what I discussed. Okay, let us have here, which consists of a coil plates. Okay, just a moment, I will tell you. Okay, which consists of a coil in plate, circuit of oscillating tube to deliver current to some other circuit. The energy may be transferred into some other winding having a transformer action. So what they will do, the energy will be transferred due to the transformer action. So here the increase in the plate current causes the relays to operate. So depending upon the pressures, it will be develops the secondary winding. The coil has to deliver the more power to the secondary winding. The additional power must come from the winding in plates. Okay, so the increase in plate current causes the relay to operate. So the depending upon the pressure, so if the pressure it will be predetermined value we are setting, if it is exceeding that current, so relay will be operated. It can also be used to develop voltage across known resistance, or else we can go for to measure the voltage across the resistance. Okay, this is the relay information about this electromagnetic pressure transducer. Only few points are mentioned here, no figure is given in the textbook. Okay, if you are remembering the basic principle and how it will be operated, it's in. Okay, so with this I conclude this session. Thank you, have a nice day.